Hello, my name is Thomas Martin Wicker. I'm the CEO of TMW Technologies Incorporated. I'm here today to show you about a new device that I invented to detect counterfeit currency. This device operates solely on a visual effect. It requires no batteries, no electricity, no chemicals, no pens, no black lights. It is credit card sized, it is flexible, it can fit in your wallet, and it can be taken anywhere. It operates on the basis that it reads the original printed image of the U.S. currency. By placing the device over the bill, you will see a very distinct pattern called a moire pattern. The front of the notes are printed in black on the portrait areas, and the backs are printed in green. If this were a counterfeit, and it was reproduced by an inkjet printer, you would not see any pattern at all. If there was a faint pattern there, it would show colors of yellow, magenta, cyan, and black, or blue, green, and red. Because every printer, even down to a press printed image, has to reproduce that black in either 3 or 4 colors. These are very distinct patterns. Again, if this is a counterfeit, it would not show you a green pattern in this fashion. It would be blue and yellow. And I have examples of this that I will show you. That's the $100 bill. The 50, you can see the moire pattern in Grant's jacket. This device has over a 3 1/4 inch focal length to it. So it is very easily seen. This is the new 50 that's been out for some time, and you can see the distinct pattern in Grant's jacket, as well as the highlighted area in his hair and his forehead, along with off to the left the blue pattern that is there, along with the banner flag waves. But the 50, unbeknown to a lot of folks out there, has another hidden image that this detector device picks up. And there are stars printed in the background in red. Now, if this were a counterfeit, they would not be able to pick up the stars in this fashion. If they were to show any inkling of the stars, they would be in red and yellow. But by the time they tried to capture this image, the rest of the note would be printed so dark that you would never accept it. The 20, again, it's a black portrait, and you see a black moire pattern. Very distinct. And if that were a counterfeit, you would see multiple colors coming out of there if they were able to capture the original printed image. The 20 also has a unique feature that there are diamonds in green printed on either side of the note, on the face and also on the back. If a counterfeiter were try to reproduce this pattern, it would be in blue and yellow. It would not be green. And by the time they did capture this image, the portrait of the White House and the rest of the note would be extremely dark. On the $10 note, follows suit with the rest. Including the 5, which the counterfeiters prey on. The reason that they prey on the $5 bill is because it has a thread in the paper, it has a watermark, and they know that they can wash the ink off and they can produce a note that gives them the real paper, a real thread in the paper. The real paper will pass the pen test. The store clerk looks and sees that there's a thread in it, a watermark, and they accept the note and it goes to the bank. The bank has a $15,000, $20,000 bank scanner in there that detects that $5 bill has been washed, the ink off of, and they printed a 50 over the top and it kicks it out and the store owner's out the money. This is a demonstration to show you. This is an engraving that I printed in black and also in green. I printed it in Taglio on paper that is optically dead, which means that it will react and be valid when checked with the pen, and also a black light. This image will react to the Bogus Bill Detector. That shows me that that document is an original. I also, off a desktop publishing system, made a scan in various copies and brought it into Photoshop, and you can see there is no results. This image right here is a counterfeit and it shows no results. Again, in the green, this is the original printed in Taglio on an optically dead sheet, which would pass the pen test and a blacklight test. This image to the right shows no moire pattern. This is a counterfeit. This image would pass the pen test and it would pass the blacklight test, as well as its counterfeit above it in black. Now that's for inkjet printed images. Now let me show you an image of a $100 bill that has been printed in offset. As you saw before, the $100 bill that's originally printed shows just a black moire around the president's face. Because when an image is reproduced, it has to be reproduced not only changing the image size and shape, it also changes in color because it has to be reproduced in 4 colors or 3 colors to get that original color. So if you have black, it needs yellow, magenta, cyan, and black to reproduce that black. And you'll see as I go around here the colors that come out of this bill. Blues and reds. And you can also see that in the non-print areas of the paper, that the paper also has a tone. There's the blue, and there's the red. showing that this note is a reproduction. And it will show it in many aspects within the note. The trend of counterfeiting has escalated to the point where the counterfeiters know what the devices to check them are. So with a black light, they need the real paper. So they wash a $5 bill and they print a 50 or 100 over it. That gives them the thread, the watermark, and it will pass the black light test. They do the same thing to pass the pen test. The problem is the store owner at the end of the day is the one that's out the money. My device derives from the fact that it reads the original printed image, knowing that they have to reproduce the original printed image, which changes it, and my device picks up on the change. That's what makes it so unique and so rare. There's no batteries involved, there's no electricity, and it does not deface our U.S. currency with a chemical stain. I have been in this business for over 30 years, and I'm here to teach the people that take in U.S. currency how to detect counterfeits, whether they buy my product or not. Even though that I feel that mine is far superior, based on it's based on the fact of reproduction of a note and the changing of the original artwork when it is reprinted. Thank you for watching my video, and God bless America.